if it works in the schedule, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think it'll work for sure. We will definitely work it out. And I don't know if you know, right now I'm looking for, these are the people that I'm kind of thinking about right
Oh, I
now
love it.
for Gravy Train. I don't know if you know Barry Bostwick.
Okay, I love this. I see Oprah there. Who is that in the top left?
Top left, that's Oprah Winfrey. She, you know, a lot of people know her as a talk show host, but she's a phenomenal actress. She was in The Color Purple and she killed it. She crushed
Love
it.
Do you have any way that you're going to get to her? How are you going to begin to audition her for this idea?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to audition her. She might just have to be an offer. You know what I mean? But like,
yeah.
Right now, basically what I do is, and this is something that's a great idea for networking, is make a wall and put up all the people that you want to work with, and then write down phone and email. And what the idea is, you always want to just fill in that information. So right now I'm looking for her phone or her email.
All right, you're going to get that. You know, I don't have a doubt that you're not going to be able to find that soon. Oprah's email and phone number should be everywhere by now. I mean, you'll be able to find that. I just think that you'll be able to find her phone and email if you really try. I mean,
that's what I'm working on right now. I'm also looking for Usher. I don't know if you know Usher.
I see Usher. No, I mean, I'm sure me and Usher are mutual friends, but I don't know him personally.
He's top of the list for me. That guy is so talented.
Oh, so
and I know if I could get in a room with him, I could get him on board with Gravy Train.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get him in whatever it is you're doing, then you better have a good part for him, because you do not want to.
It's a great part, because the whole thing is about the whole thing is about the invention of gravy in the 1600s.
Oh, that's a very interesting idea. I don't think that's been done before.
Yeah, and I play Paul Hubert, the guy who invented the whole thing. So I want to keep it. I want to do it interracial, because it wasn't at the time, but I'm trying to keep it really.
I like it. You're spicing it up. This is 2020.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking for the, if anybody does. Anyway, so tell me more about Zombies. So you get the job in Zombies.
Yeah, talk to me. I mean, so I get the job in Zombies, and you know, it was after a super long audition process. But after that, once I booked it, it was actually a pretty quick turnaround. Within 2 months, I was in Canada. I shot in Canada. I came to you.
Oh wow, that's my town.
Right, it's the spot. And you know, it was an amazing experience. The first month we spent just rehearsing, really, and I met some amazing choreographers. And
oh my god, I hate rehearsing.
You hate rehearsing?
I hate rehearsing. Just get me on the set.
Yeah, just
get
act
me
in the moment.
Let me rip. Let me rip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where I come from, my school of thought is just wind me up and let me rip.
Exactly. You have, like we were talking about before, if you have it. When you're an actor, it's always scary because you never know what's coming next. You always got to be working on that next thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there, but that's why I'm doing this, is to sort of spread the wealth and show people what I've learned and maybe what you've learned, and maybe this will lead to us working together on something if it's not Gravy Train.
I love it. No, yeah, I mean, if you have a part for me, I'm down to look into it, and I love your attitude about it all. So
Thank you so much. Now, do you have like a professional camera?
In my house? Yeah, I mean, I definitely have, a camera that I actually use mostly my phone for self-tape. So I wouldn't say.
No, I mean like a headshot.
Especially, because they might be helping you out, but you're not doing them.
But right now, film is free. You know what I mean? It's just all digital now, so it's not like it costs anyone anything.
I guess that's true. I'll see what I can do. I'll try.
Tell whoever it is. We'll go downtown. We'll get in front of a big brick wall, and we'll just shoot the hell out of me. You know,
100%. Let them rip.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just let it rip. And I've done it before. I've been to that rodeo.
You got that. You're a natural with it. There's so many people that you go see them take headshots for the first time, and they're so uncomfortable, and it's like
they're so uncomfortable, and they're always like posing and stuff. But just be you. Just be natural. You don't have to look at the camera. You can look anywhere you want these days. It's different now than it used to be.
I love that. That's a really great mindset. I love the way you're looking at that.
Have you ever had San Pellegrino flavored limonada? It's incredible. It's my.
I have not, but I definitely will. That sounds great.
I'm hoping that they'll sponsor me at some point. We'll see if that works out. So tell me something.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get zombies. What's next? What happens next? Oh my God, time is flying. Oh my God.
It's okay. I'm having such a good time talking to you. You have such a. I love your energy.
Oh,
What happened
wow.
after Dancing with the Stars, or
Wait,
after
let's not move past.
Zombies
Let's
with
not
Dancing
move
with the
past. Hold on.
Stars?
Hold on. Hold on. Let's not move past
Talk
that.
to me.
I really appreciate you saying that, because that, to me, what that means is that we're connecting right now, and
Yeah.
that there's a really good chance that we're going to work together, and there's a really good chance that we're going to probably find. I think, there's a saying in Ottawa. Okay.
Oh, I love it. Tell me.
Find a person, save a person. Okay. And what
Find a
that
person
means is that when you meet someone, you don't just throw them out.
Yeah.
You save them. You
Well,
save them. And I'm
I
going to save you, and I think you're going to save me. So
I
go.
appreciate you trying to save me. And yeah, no, I think every time you meet a person, you catch a vibe from them, and I'm loving your vibe. I love your passion, your optimism.
It's really, really kind. Now, you currently have an agent or a manager?
Yes, right now I do. Fortunately for me, after Zombies happened, everything totally picked up, and Disney is a great place to start.
Disney's great. Could you get me with your agent or manager? What do you think right now? Because right now I don't have
Yeah,
one.
it's a very big. Both my manager and my agent are a part of very big companies that are very.
Great. So they have a lot
they're
of
tough
room
to work. Yeah. So I'm sure there's a lot of people there that you can meet with, but it's daunting to try to schedule something like that.
Well,
but I can probably get you a meeting with.
Can you schedule it or not?
Yeah, we'll try. We'll see what happens.
Can you do it or not, Milo? I mean, I don't need to be dicked around. It's out there. People know about it. People know about it. Believe me.
Okay,
so you
cool.
can definitely tell them. So do me a favor. Tell them I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you a screenplay that I'm working on. And if you want, before you send it to them, you can read it over. And if you have any thoughts, you can add to it. It's missing right now. It's missing about 20 pages in the middle if you want to take a stab at it.
Oh, I love that. Okay, no, I kind of like that creative choice. Definitely, I'll take a look at that.
And then send it over, and then get me a meeting.
Okay, no, for sure. I have friends. Set me onto this amazing path to Dancing with the Stars. I got a call from.
You were amazing on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
People
thank
went
you
crazy.
so much.
People went batshit crazy for you on that. Let me tell you that right now.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. That is probably my most proud work of my life. I put in so much work to that, and I was so thrilled when it was over.
You're great.
Thank you.
You're great.
But
How'd you get on
Zombies, I booked that, and
how did you book it? Because they didn't know they didn't know you could dance like that. I'll tell you that much.
No, nobody did not.
Nobody did. America didn't. I didn't know it.
The point of the show is, they take people who don't necessarily dance very well,
right,
and they put you on the show, and they try to get you to learn how to ballroom dance. And I had some training in the hip hop category, but I had never done ballroom before, so it was a entirely new sport to me. So I got to learn that all, and in a comedian, radio show host, a blind skier. You meet people from every single industry.
Unbelievable. That's a networker's dream right there. Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you get on it? Who did you know to get on that show? Was it the Disney connection? Was it the Disney ABC connection right there?
It wasn't anyone personally. I never met any on Zombies. I think the person on Dancing with the Stars was looking for a very specific type of person. This young, actor sort of.
Yeah, but there's a
up and
lot,
coming.
Milo,
Yeah.
no offense, but there's a lot of young actors out there. So
True,
it's
and
hard
I don't know.
it's hard to
exactly what-
believe that it just happened because you were a young actor.
It is hard to believe. I don't know why they chose me, but
I'm gonna guess that somebody who worked on Zombies, or maybe it goes all the way back to that music director from Ren. I mean, maybe that was the.
If it is somebody that was working for me, that I have no idea that that's what it was, and they did a really good job keeping it a secret.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what happened because it's just too much of a coincidence otherwise.
It's kind of too crazy to think that I just got that show without somebody that I knew pulling some strings.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I understand.
And so now, and let me ask you this: when you go to, do you think that your height, because you're tall, right?
I am very tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Whoa, 6. That's interesting because the internet has you listed at 6'2".
What?
You can scope them out. You can see, oh look, there's Steven Spielberg, and you can make a beeline for him.
When we're talking about life and outside of movies and film, it definitely is an advantage. And yes, at parties when I want to see people, I can always just go on my tippy toes and look above all the heads for sure. But
That's
when
amazing.
we're talking about actually booking things, it actually can sometimes be quite difficult to get roles when you're this tall, because a lot of the time, especially when I was younger, I went out for a lot of like younger versions of people, and I was always taller than them, so it didn't make any sense. But a lot of the time a role just isn't looking for a tall person, and
I know. A lot of times they're not looking for a short either. It's you want to be really at 5'10". That's the goal.
5'10's the goal. The average
make
height.
that happen. And I'll tell people I'm 5'10" sometimes just because I know it's going to book me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you could probably tell people that too. You could say, I don't know, 5'10", but you could definitely say 6 feet. People aren't going to check. They're not.
Yeah, I definitely flub on my height sometimes.
Yeah, that's smart. And also part of it's your hair. I'm sure that's adding a couple inches as well.
I mean, I always say, I'm 6'3", 6'4" with the hair, but now
oh my God,
there's no way I'm 6'5" with the hair now.
That's hilarious. I'm going to use that. I'm 6'3",
okay,
6'4", but it's partially the hair.
That's great. I mean, me and you, we both got the crazy hair. We can both use the joke.
That is so funny. But seriously, so, when I'm at a party, I'm just like a little pig running around trying to find people, and I just see legs. I'm seeing legs. So I had to learn how to recognize people from their bodies and not their faces.
I guess so. I mean, you got to think about someone like Danny DeVito. You know what I mean? Like,
forget it.
He can see above everybody, but he's obviously made his.
Forget it. But you know how he got his career.
How did he do it?
Rhea Perlman. Rhea Perlman was on Cheers. He married Rhea Perlman, and Rhea Perlman just got him booked all over the place.
I guess you gotta find that person that you can just.
That's right. You've got to
weasel your way in there.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. What'd you say? Weasel?
I wouldn't say. Okay, maybe.
No, it's not weaseling. It's being a smart businessman.
I guess
you're young. You don't get it yet, but it's being a smart businessman.
100%.
Yeah. So anyway, so you now listen. Do you think that is possible? That part of the reason that you didn't, and no offense, you should have won Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you. That means so much to me, for real.
Huh? Do you think it's possible that the reason you didn't win was because other people had more connections? I mean,
I wouldn't necessarily say connections, but it definitely has something to do with, your fan base and what type of fan base. I have a very strong fandom, I would say.
Not strong enough though. That's the problem. It wasn't strong enough.
That's what I would say.
Maybe you needed to get closer with Carrie Ann Inaba, whatever her name is.
Carrie Ann Inaba. I should have talked to Tom Bergeron more. Maybe had him mess with the scores a little bit.
Well, come on, you're not going to mess with scores, but you should have talked to him more. If you weren't talking to him, then
you're right. I guess maybe just talking to him and showing him who I am, maybe he would have just done something for me.
Yeah, just connect in a real way. You're not trying to work anyone here. We're just trying to connect in a real way.
I like that. See, I love that way of thinking. And I think that this is why you're going to get far in the business. Is you genuinely love talking to people and meeting people. And I love that about you.
I'm a people person, and you know what? Here's the thing, and I know my worth.
Huh?
I know my worth. You know what I mean? So I know
100%.
I don't feel bad asking for things because I know what I'm bringing to the table. You know what I mean?
100%. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio, he waited 4 years before he decided to do What's Eating Gilbert Grape. He knew that
I didn't know that
was
story.
capable.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah. Wait, what was that? I'm sorry.
I don't know that story.
Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, he obviously a very talented actor, and he's been acting since a very young age, and you know, he was so confident in himself. A lot of things came along his way that he actually, in the end, ended up turning down because he knew that he wanted to wait for that one thing.
Gilbert Grape. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think? But of course, you know, it's like again, it's like I'd love to get him on here. Do you know him?
Leo, I don't know him personally, but I'm sure if you
have you met him,
talk to him, you could get.
Have you met him?
I have met Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes.
Okay, and did you not get? You didn't get any of his info or anything?
You know, it was a little bit of a tricky situation. It was one of those places where you didn't really want to cause a scene because there was a lot of people there.
You just ask someone for their phone number. It's pretty easy. Either they give it to you or they don't.
I guess you're right.
Or you could have given him your number.
You know, it was also fast paced. You know, I wasn't able to talk to him for that long.
He might have wanted your number. Now you might have missed out on a big role because of that.
I guess you're right. I could have memorized it. If anything, he could have just told it to me on the spot.
Yeah. Next time you got to ask for that number.
Well, you know, like you. I'm optimistic, and I have a feeling I'll meet Leo in the future someday. I'll get his number then, and I'll make sure to get it to you.
So, okay, I appreciate that. That's great. Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I hope you come through for that.
Okay.
So anyway, so it didn't work out on Dancing with the Stars. You did great. I mean, you're a great dancer, and there's no question about that. That just proves my point that it's not about your talent. It's about
who you know.
It's about who you know, and you just.
You know what? I think I had differing views on you at the beginning of this live, but I think you've totally convinced me that it is about who you know. And now that I'm recalling my career and looking back.
Background work lately.
I mean, but you know, you want to make sure that you're balancing that background checking work with actually, you know, preparing for what it is that you're auditioning for or going out for, because you got.
Yeah, no. I've been doing some actual background work in the movies. I've been doing some background.
Oh, you've been doing the background work.
Yeah, I've been doing some. Because it's a great way to meet people. You know what I mean? I can walk up to anybody on a set and just be, you know.
It's ultimately their loss in the end, and you know.
And it's a great way just to get on the studio lot. You know what I mean? Just get in there, get on the studio lot, meet the guards. I always bring the guards a coffee.
I love that.
You know, just to butter them up.
You're making it's those small connections that you don't think are going to be useful to you in the future, but you never know. That security guard is.
That's right. That security guard could be the next Tom Cruise. You don't
exactly.
Know.
That's what I'm saying.
You have no idea. You have no idea what I've been through in this business. Let me tell you that right now. You have no idea.
I have no idea. You're right.
But anyway, so what happens after Dancing with the Stars? What was next?
Oh, after Dancing with the Stars, I did Zombies 2, which was
okay. Well, that's a clear connection right there.
Of course,
that's a give me. That's you knew the director probably, you knew the producer, you knew everybody.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had already done so much.
So imagine being anybody else who tried to be in that movie. They didn't have a shot because it didn't even matter if they were more talented. They didn't know anybody.
You know, and at that point, it's crazy to say I was the person that you wanted to have that connection with. You know what I mean? People were coming in and they were auditioning, and I was auditioning with people, and after everything, they'd be like, "How did that person feel? How was reading with that person?" And I had some say in it, which was really interesting. And that was the first time that I had that standpoint.
Wow, what an amazing experience. And really probably were able to see networking from the other side.
I know, I got to see the networking from the inside.
Did anyone really try to network with you, and did you like it?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily networking, but, you know, there were people that were super nice and obviously wanted to establish doing that to book the role. They were just genuinely really nice people.
No, nobody does. That's not the point. The point isn't to try to book the role. The point is to try to forge a genuine connection.
Right.
And then that leads to booking the role.
You know what? I like that outlook on it.
Now, after Zombies 2, what was next?
After Zombies 2, I went to school.
Hold on a second. I think it was something called American Housewife.
Oh, that's true. Okay, you know my career.
A little bit of a recurring role on American Housewife.
Yes, I did American Housewife. That's so crazy. That was only a couple episodes, so I flew right past my mind. But yeah, I did. How did
that come about?
That actually was a connection that I made. That I was able to book that show. It was because, you know, my co-star Meg Donnelly in Zombies,
right,
had been asked me to do. And
she put in the good word.
yes, exactly. She put in a great
That's
word.
called networking right there. That's straight up networking. That's amazing.
Exactly.
What
That
an
is
amazing
the
Hollywood
definition of
networking
networking
story.
right there. I guess I didn't even know. But yeah, it was such an amazing experience. I met some incredible people there, and that was honestly like just the most, on Zombies and on Dancing with the Stars. There are some days where it can be very nerve-wracking and intense, but American Housewife was just so fun every day.
Oh, that's great. And isn't that great when you can just relax into it and let her rip?
100%. Let it rip. Exactly.
So then you went to college. Everybody knows, these, you go to a drama school.
I did go to a drama school.
For what, right? It's already
right.
in you. You don't need to
That's
go to
exactly
a drama school. But here's why you go to a drama school. You go to meet people.
I mean, the reason that right now, they're very supportive people, and I'm really happy that I went.
I'm happy you went too. Now, did you get to hobnob with any of the professors?
Did I what?
Hobnob with any of the professors?
I mean, I definitely followed some on Instagram, and hopefully we'll be able to keep touch in the future. But yeah, they had definitely, if they taught me anything about connections, it was that, straight out of, especially when you're coming out of a school like NYU, people are they're gonna want to meet with you. That's what I just learned literally last week in class. One of my teachers told me is that, people are eager to be looking for fresh new actors that are straight out of school.
Right.
For work. So yeah, that's something that I've learned, I guess.
If I can get myself to New York, okay, no pressure, but if I can get myself to New York, could I audit some of these classes maybe? I don't need to do any up anyone's time, but it would be great for me to get in there and just meet some people, and maybe I'll see some fresh faces for Gravy.
I mean, if you want to go and sit in on some acting classes at NYU and you want to meet some of the NYU teachers, I mean, that seems like, I don't know why there would be a problem with that. I think that if you want to connect with people, I think that those are some great people to connect with. I don't know if that would be the place that I start, but definitely.
See if we have any questions here. Maybe we could just see if we have any. Should we check?
Hey, you do. I'm here. I'm chilling here on my roof. You let me know. Ask me any questions.
Okay, let's see if anyone's got. Well, okay. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Here's a question. What's the craziest, like, what's the biggest and best party you've ever been to?
Biggest and best party I ever been to? Biggest and best party I've ever been to was, are we talking about, does this have to be related to film and TV in some way? Or
it could be anything. It doesn't matter. You can meet people anywhere. What kind of party? What was the party?
I went to a really cool party in New York, and it was just this girl's birthday party, and it was a 3-day weekend, and it was on a Saturday night, and it was just this awesome penthouse in New York, and it was just a really cool place. Met a lot of cool people there.
And did you end up meeting anyone that you got their information?
I definitely got people's information there, but those were.
That's great. Then you know what? Then that's a great party. I always look at it like this. If I walk away with 5 numbers, then that'll last me a month.
5 numbers, and it's a success, is what I always say.
Tell me about Kylie Russell.
Kylie Russell.
Tell me about Kylie Russell.
That name up. She is such a sweetheart. I would say that she is just the most kind-hearted person in the whole cast of Zombies. She's someone you definitely always want around. She's just. Do you
have her number in your phone?
I do have her number in my phone. Maybe I shouldn't give it to you now since we have lots of people.
Yeah, you don't have to give it to me now. Maybe how old is she?
I believe she is 23.
Oh wow, I thought she was like 11 or something.
No,
wow,
she definitely looks a lot younger than she is. No, yeah, she's 23 now. 22 or 23. 23.
What about Kingston Foster?
Kingston Foster is 10 years old.
Okay. And do you have her parents' information?
Yeah, I could probably, her guardians, her runner Instagram, so I could probably DM her.
That would be great if you could get me that info, because I love her work, and I'd love to meet with her representation.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have a role for a 10-year-old girl in that movie that you're making,
Gravy Train. It's a play. It's a live play. Oh, we're hoping to turn it into a series and into a feature.
I love it. The Gravy Play. The Gravy Play.
Gravy Train.
Gravy Train, right. Yeah, if you have a role for a 10-year-old girl in Gravy
It's
Train.
A cast of about 65. We have a lot of roles. So, yeah, that's definitely
that's a big
Grapes of Wrath.
That's a big show.
It's a giant show. That's why it's hard to mount. That's why
Okay.
I've got to get Oprah, because I need that money.
Gotcha.
I need that, you know what I mean? Hey,
No,
you know, art costs money. I hate to say it, but art costs money.
Art costs money.
There's no two ways about it.
That's
Now
interesting.
listen, you've been an absolute delight, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. Did you think about what charity you want to donate to?
Yes, I want to donate to the CDC Foundation. Can we do that?
Okay, here's the big reveal. Dollars is going to go to the CDC.
$14 to the CDC Foundation. 100% worth it. 100%.
Okay, so I'm going to send that in your name. Okay.
I'm so good with that. I've donated to them already. They're gonna be super happy for the additional $14.
Milo, you're a dream. You're a dream.
You are.
I'm so happy that together. I would love to get together next weekend if possible, and maybe we can sit down and beat out a screenplay.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I got to get out of here and spend Mother's Day with my mom. She's downstairs.
Happy Mother's Day to your
steak.
mom.
All right. I love you. Nice meeting you, Jeffrey.
We'll be talking very soon.
Hopefully. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Thanks so much, Milo.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Peace.